Hi, my name is Emily Spurgeon. I teach Spanish at Perry High School in Massillon, Ohio. I grew up in Perry Township, a mile from where I teach. 20 years ago, I was a student sitting in the same rooms in which I teach today. This community is my home. My students and I thought we knew our community, but this project helped many of them and me look at it more closely. Students created presentations using images to tell their story of our community. They shared parts of their lives and then compared them with the lives of people around the world, searching for similarities and differences in our cultures. It is my hope that through this project, some of them have found that they have an important role in our community and that they can have an impact on the world outside of Perry Township. We built a vocabulary list of important terms that they could potentially include in their projects. Using the resources created by National Geographic, students learned about using images to tell stories. Students were given the project explanation with rubrics and tips adapted from National Geographic and written in Spanish. The assignment was to create a presentation of images telling the story of our community through their eyes and comparing it with the lives of people in Spanish-speaking countries. The project included a list of themes and required that they choose any 7. Over a period of several days, students were given time to collaborate, research, search for images, and take their own pictures around the school and community. During the process of creating the presentations, some students were asked to put tabs on the classroom maps indicating some of the places represented in their projects. These tasks helped them see our connections to some different places in the Spanish-speaking world and the impact that proximity to different cultures can have. I have truly enjoyed working on my National Geographic certification over the last few months. The information, collaboration, and materials provided have helped me grow and improve as an educator. It has made me more conscious to ensure student exposure to as many perspectives as possible on varying scales in each of my lessons. Students in small groups collaborated with each other to compose the story they wanted to tell. Within their groups, they needed to feel confident and comfortable enough to speak up, but also have an open mind to varying perspectives and a willingness to change. The broad scope of the project allowed for the potential to examine the human journey and our changing planet and wildlife and wild places. The images taken by students are snapshots of their culture and share a piece of their journey. The images selected from other sources and from around the world are chapters of stories that are happening every day. Several groups selected images relating to conservation, recycling, littering, and pollution on a local and global scale. When challenged to share a way that they are changing the world, one student listed a number of clubs and organizations in our area that work to better our community. They also wrote in their reflection,
"Students at Perry impact the world in many ways. We like to think that Perry is a place where students are involved in the things that they care about and do their best to make a difference. By educating members of the community and doing things locally, we are impacting both our town and the world beyond."
One student surprised me by thinking of their potential impact in a different way. They believe that they can influence the community and the world through sharing their values with younger people.
We can continue traditions and pass down culture and religion to the generations that follow us.
When I asked students to find something they cared about and what they do that changes the world, they sought out information about other cultures, learning about the customs and problems that they face, and many began to look at our culture and community with new eyes. Through the collaborative nature of the project, a spotlight was shown on parts of our community and our world of which some were unfamiliar, and the observations and realizations culminating from that reflected back on the students' lives, showing them parts of themselves that were both exhilarating and disheartening. One student said,
"It is important to identify similarities and connections between different parts of the world because you can connect with people, so their problems and cultures seem more important to you and you can impact others."
My administration was eager to learn more about this project.
So as I've been talking with students about the project, they've been enjoying it and they've been getting a lot of valuable global perspectives from it, noticing these different aspects of their lives, not only here where they live, but also in other countries around the world.
In their reflections, students had more to say about how they felt about the project.
We have classmates permanently damaging their health or putting their lives in danger through vaping and drug use. We chose to explore those topics. Even though it is hard to accept and see in our community, looking at places on the map made me think about the similarities and differences in weather, geography, and natural environment.
By including the many facets of global perspectives and culture in the classrooms, students studying Spanish become more globally aware while learning the language. This project introduced digital storytelling and asked students to take their own images and compare and contrast them with images taken by others in Spanish-speaking countries. The juxtaposition of the images from varying cultures, but with common themes, gave students a deeper understanding of their culture, gave them emotional, empathetic connections to people of other cultures as well as their peers, and increased their global awareness. This project helped students tell their own story of our community and learn that while we have things that make us unique, we also share many commonalities and connections to each other and the world beyond Canton and Massillon, Ohio. Go Perry!